Alrighty, so today we have the news on Global, and we're finally getting the Percival and Wild patch, which I'm pretty excited about. This is technically the part 2 of the festival, so this should actually have a pretty good amount of events and stuff like that going on in it, so we're going to go over the entire patch notes here. It is a 2-hour maintenance, so, take that for what it's worth. I think the official patch itself, like the festival patch with Escanor, was 2 hours as well, but then they delayed it by another hour or something, so I don't know, take that with a grain of salt. But either way, if you're new to the channel or anything, feel free to subscribe. Come by and hang out with us sometime. We should be doing live summons tomorrow night whenever the banner drops on Global, and I'm hoping to have a Should You Summon out in the morning. So either way, we have obviously some overview of the patch right here. We have the new heroes, which is Percival, which honestly looks pretty good overall, has really good CC actually, which is quite nice. And then we also have Wild, who is unfortunately a very gimmicky unit, but I've seen people having a little bit of fun with him as well, so I'm excited just because I've wanted a Wild unit for a while. But either way, we also have actually, so the special pickup draw. They normally don't post anything about the banner itself on the Global side of things, but there are a couple of really good picks in here, namely these three right here. So you have LR Liz in here, you have the Valentine's Day Deanne from this year, and the New Year's King from this year as well. All three of these units are relatively good, especially the Liz, and a lot of people have been wanting the Valentine's Day Deanne. She's really good for Demon King if you don't know, but the thing is, once you get to the 600 mark on this banner, you do not have to choose Percival. You can actually choose any character in the banner, and pretty much all of them are seasonal units, so this is a really good opportunity to grab a character that you've been missing out on for a while if you have the gems, of course, to go to 600. I know that a lot of people went all in on Escanor, understandably so, but if you do have enough to actually summon on this banner, could be really decent. So hopefully, best case scenario, you can pull a copy of Percival before you get to the 600 because he's a 0.5% instead of a 0.25, and then you can pick a character you don't have or need at the 600 mark. So that should be pretty cool, I think. We have new contents, 4 Knights of the Apocalypse main story prologue. So this is not technically chapter 1 yet, I guess. It's like chapter 0 kind of. But once you actually complete this chapter, you get the new Tavern as well, which is pretty cool. I think hopefully whenever the stream starts tomorrow, I'll probably just try to run through the story really quickly so that way I can get the new Tavern because I really want it, and then we'll use that for the foreseeable future. I'm hoping we get some cosmetics for it as well because the default Tavern, little bland of course, but depending on what they do to spruce it up with cosmetics, it could actually look really, really cool in the future. So we do have new costume sets. We have 2 UR sets and an SSR set for Percival. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of his costumes personally. I'll probably use this one right here if I had to guess, but this one reminds me of like a Dragon Quest armor set for some reason, which I have no ties to Dragon Quest in general, but it just looks kind of the coolest, I guess, out of the lineup, but I'm not a real big fan of any of them. If I'm not mistaken, I think Wild has cosmetics as well. They don't show those here. Unless it's further down for some reason, but we do have new bundles, so of course if you buy diamonds during this time period, you will get Percival tickets as well for his banner. You also have the Grand Festival True Awakening bundle, which has 18 SA coins, 100 of the boxes. I think these are the smaller boxes as well, so these aren't even the big boxes. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know, depending on how the price is on that, could be worth it. Diamond bundle here, power-up bundle, engraving bundle, 2,500 anvils is kind of nice, and then 100 hammers is also pretty good. The cosmetic enhancement material bundle is here as well. You have a limit of 3 times on that. Actually a pretty good bundle if you're looking to upgrade a lot of costumes, which do give GP, so that could be nice. It looks like the power-up tickets are getting reset, so if you bought those during the original drop of the Escanor Festival, you can buy those again now and do 2 more multis on that rated up banner. Like I've said in the past, I don't really recommend that, but there's also these new chapter clear bundles. So there is this thing right here, which is, what is it called? Memory Parchment. This is basically going to be an item that you can use to skip a story chapter, which is, I don't know. I mean, I would feel like, personally, I would rather have the satisfaction of beating it, but I know that some of the people out there probably don't care that much about the story. They just want to grab the rewards and stuff and progress through the story for more rewards. So I don't know how much this is going to cost. I definitely want to look at this whenever I get into the game after the update is live to see how expensive this is, but 1 chapter clear. I can't imagine it's too expensive, but either way. First purchase appreciation diamond bundle as well, which is 30 gems. I'm not really sure what that's about, but that's fine, I guess. These are regular bundles too, so they're going to stay in the game. We have some new events as well. We have the login event for the Jumping Box Part 2, which is nice. This is going to give you a decent little head start over the next 2 weeks, or I guess not really a head start, but over the next 2 weeks you'll get tickets and everything for that, which is nice. You do have the special missions because there's a new banner, so you're going to get 1 free multi on Percival, and then you get extra Jumping Box tickets there, a couple of small rewards on the side, and then you get a level 1 through 90 token to finish off here. So I'm not sure when that expires or not, but I typically don't end up getting this before I summon for the character, so I'll probably end up powering him up. Maybe I could use that on Wild, but I think the JP content creators were able to get Wild like literally day 1 of the patch coming out. I don't know that I'm going to rush to make content on him just yet, so maybe I'll try to get this over the next couple of days and use that on him, so that way I can save some materials, because otherwise it's just going to go to waste for me. But either way, Jumping Box Event Part 2, we have the actual rewards here. So you are going to get a free copy of Red Thonar for the dogs, if you don't know. They gave out Jormungand and Miguelda in the first part, so you can do the bird and the deer now with the actual units for those. Obviously, you'll still need to build their holy relics or whatever, but just the unit themselves are pretty helpful as well. You get a copy of Arthur right here. This is the green Arthur. I think this will make him 5/6. I think we can only get him roughly 4/6 at the moment because he's like a free character that doesn't get added to banners. You get a free copy of Ragnarok Merlin here, and then Wild is on round 10. So depending on how lucky you are with getting the big actual pull during your Jumping Box pulls, you could potentially blast through this, and I think that's how they're getting Wild a little bit early. Maybe there's just like a ton of tickets from exchange shops or something as well, but either way. The Comeback Box 1 and 2 looks like they have these materials right here, and somebody said that there is another set of SSR equipment as well. It looks like on stage 11 and 12 the rewards are the Welcome SSR equipment box. I'm not sure if those are 15%, but I think somebody told me that they were. If so, huge, very, very nice. And then on 2 and 5 you actually get SR equipment boxes, which are also like pretty maxed out rewards as well, so those are really nice to have also. On, what is it, round 13 here, you're going to get a Jump Festival Hero Selection ticket, and this is going to let you choose any of these characters. It's just 6 characters. I think the only one I don't have 6/6 on Gother or Merlin, so I'll probably pick one of those two just to try to go ahead and feed the dupe there. But you could just pick them for a festival coin to exchange for a different character if you wanted to, or if you need, obviously, any of these characters, you definitely can do that. I think for usefulness, I would say Deanne is probably the most useful here, but I guess it just depends on what kind of content you're messing around with. But, you know, a free festival character is also nice. They've given out a ton of free stuff in this festival in general, so just adding on to the top of that. We have the new generation buff thingy. I don't ever know what to call these. They're like blessings events, and it looks like instead of adding levels 3 and 4 to the previous one that's going on right now with Escanor, they're just going to add a brand new one with levels 1 and 2, and it looks like you're gonna get I think these are event items right here. Yeah, Fort Cerberus dungeon boost, event boss battle reward, pretty typical stuff it looks like for part 1. There's probably a couple down below as well. It's actually kind of cool because you're gaining the little sprites from Percival. They'll probably reveal that later on if you're not familiar with it, but that's actually kind of a cool little nod there. And then I'm interested to see what part 2 has, but it doesn't look like that will unlock until you spend a certain amount on the part 1 or level 1. Percival's lucky cards, actually. So instead of it being Hawk's lucky cards, it's now Percival's, and I like the redesign here with his little helmet and everything. He looks cute kind of up there in the top. And then you were going to use the rock feathers that you're getting from the event to actually flip these over. So that is where you're getting the rock feathers right here. And then we have the exchange shop and everything, which is you can actually exchange for them in the exchange shop, and then the rewards themselves are more lucky tickets, a couple of SA coins it looks like, a couple of gear enhancement things, which is pretty typical, SSR pendants, and some XP potions. I like that. 3 brothers. Oh, okay, so they're bringing back Final Boss Trio, where it is Estarossa, Meliodas, and Zeldris all together, and it will have a challenge difficulty, so you can do like big point runs and stuff like that. Looks pretty typical as far as I can tell. I don't know if this one one is going to have a crown for it or not. I assume it might, so I might try to push for that. But actually, yeah, it definitely does have the crowns because this is what these are right here. But as far as rewards go, these look pretty typical, I think. The accumulative score rewards are kind of nice. You get more of those tickets as well. Here is the last lucky bag ticket. I know somebody was asking about that recently. I think this is where you get the last one of these, so the accumulative reward right there. You also get a UR pendant at the 300,000 or 30,000 mark. The exchange shop itself has 20 LR seals, 10 SA coins, a card, 10 more SA or LR coins down here, so that's 30 in total actually, which is kind of nice. Other than that, pretty typical stuff. UR pendant, SA coins, like I said. Malik is going to be added to the boss parade, and he is going to have his own exchange shop. This clear reward thing is already in the game. That's why it has the red tickets in it. You've probably already done 35 if you've kept up with it. But the exchange shop for him specifically has, I think this is the last card for the new card set, if I'm not mistaken. You have one UR pendant in here, some of the tickets for Part 2 Jumping Box event, engraving stones, and the rest of it is pretty mediocre. We are getting Chaos Battle Season 5 as well, which is pretty interesting. I'm wondering if Wild will be kind of funny to play with in that. And typically whenever these drop, the points and stuff like that are kind of low, but I think, yeah, this won't actually start until the 17th, which is on the next weekly reset on Monday, so I'm not sure how much use Percival is going to get in the community, but I think his score is going to be a little bit higher because he's not dropping as soon as this season starts, so interested to see how that plays out. But if you don't know, Chaos Battle is basically just every character has their own assigned point value. You can't exceed over 5,000 points per team, so it kind of forces you to sort of, actually come up with interesting teams and sort of play around with team building a little bit more, which is pretty cool, but there's no matchmaking ranks or anything like that, so you can get paired against the biggest whale you've ever seen, and you could be like a brand new level 2 player. So it is a little rough in that regard. So it's not super free-to-play friendly, unfortunately, but there are nice rewards. If you can get in the top 1% during the season, you will get 100 diamonds, and then you can see the rewards as you go down the ranks here. Other than that, they are doing the item shop special sale again, which I really like this one. Last time they did it, you could they definitely had this SSR pendant one, so 30 gems for 35 SSR pendants. Really nice to boost your box, of course. And then on top of that now, I don't think they had the SA coins ones last time, but you can do 50 gems for 50 SA coins, which I'm definitely going to be doing just because SA coins are like the only thing that's bottlenecking me at this point. But you can also trade 5 gems per LR seal, which I'm sure the whales will probably get use out of, but I don't know how many regular players are actually going to be doing that one. And then 10 gems for 35 of each cosmetic enhancement as well, which is kind of interesting. And then you have the Demon King boxes and a level 90 token. So Part 2 of the Fort Solgris reward event. Looks like, dude, we're going to be getting 5 SA coins a day, which is actually super, super nice. A couple of seasonal costumes are coming back. So you have the wedding outfit for Transcendent Bond. This is the newer Light Elizabeth, if I'm not mistaken. It's the Nutcracker one, like the what am I thinking of? Christmas one here. Casual looking Mael. You have the Halloween costume for Hell, Halloween costume for DK. You also have the Easter costume for the one ultimate. This is not the new Escanor, so don't be fooled by that one. The New Year's costumes for the New Year's Elizabeth, New Year's Meliodas, and New Year's Jericho are back. A couple of other events and stuff like that from previous seasonal costume events that they've done in the past. So you have some of these. The fantasy ones are pretty cool, honestly. Lots of these characters are kind of old and outdated, so unless you just need costumes for like GP or something like that, I don't really recommend you go out of your way for these, but if you like the costume enough, by all means, feel free to buy it if you want it. Like this one right here, the Most Malevolent Knighthood set. Love these costumes a lot. I have every single one of these, if I'm not mistaken, just because they look so cool. And then you have Campus Life, which is for the goddesses. This is old school, like the first anniversary Elizabeth, old school Ludocio, and Sariel right here. We have a village donation event going on, one new battle event, and then a couple of system updates, which is the Fort Solgris revamp, and I've seen a little bit of mixed opinions on this one. It seems like the gold stage for some reason is actually less efficient than the previous stage, so there's a new stage getting added on top of all of the fights, so there's now a stage 6, I think, instead of stage 5 being the max, and for some reason the gold stage stage 6 actually gives you less gold per stamina than stage 5 does, which is odd. I don't know if that's a bug and they're going to fix that or what the deal with it there is, but it says Fort Solgris enhancement dungeons integrated and dungeon icons located will be changed. So you can see here, this is the old UI. For some reason they had an enhanced dungeon for every one of the colored books, but that didn't really make any sense. So now there's just a regular enhanced dungeon. You can swap between the different book dungeons here. You have battle events on the bottom now, and then the gold dungeon is moved up here underneath special, which I kind of like. Other than that, the gauge rewards are getting changed. Instead of it, I was hoping for a 6-star enhancement potion, but it's now 3 enhancement potions of 5-star rarity instead of 1. The same thing goes for the books. 2 SSR pennants instead of 1 SSR pennant, which I guess is a win. And then they did bump it up to a UR chest instead of an SSR chest. So that is definitely something. I don't think they talk about the fact that they added the extra stage on here, but they did definitely do that, unless it's written in here somewhere, which I don't think it is. Each attribute's clear enhancement dungeon achievement won't disappear. We'll change the name. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Addition of skip chapter function. So this is with that new parchment thingy that we were talking about a second ago. You can now skip a chapter if you have one. That's fine. Honestly, it just is what it is. I don't know how many people are going to get use out of that, but whatever. Add reward function improved. Accounts that activated add skip buff by purchasing the new monthly subscription bundle can receive rewards on the PC version. This is actually super nice. I did buy the new monthly subscription bundle the other day, and being able to get those ad rewards, like you don't have to do anything crazy. You literally just hit skip, basically, and it just gives you all 5 of the rewards from Fort Solgris. You get the 2 free summons for the festival, of course, they're a little bit rated up. And then in the mailbox, you just get a free stamina potion, which is nice. So that's awesome. In the PC version, the go to Tavern ad function is not supported. Okay, so that's fine. After activating the ad buff, the number of remaining rewards will display when you receive an ad reward. Okay, and then we have a couple of miscellaneous fixes here. Slayer candidate Viol, Holy Relic. His Gauntlets effect does not apply to the buff of Fitoria. Okay, so they fixed that. When an enemy takes down the ally, Princess Elizabeth, and is simultaneously taken down by counterattack, the unique Sedulous Heart does not apply normally. I don't know what that even means. In the 5th anniversary event boss parade Cath Plug, the ally doesn't show normally on the next battle after being expelled by skill Let Me Eat You. I wonder if that's the Shadow Realm one from Hawk. I'm not 100% sure on that. During enhancement or equipment enhancement, the game speed speeds up abnormally in certain situations, and then miscellaneous is they are adding Percival to the Season 7 Heroes Arena boosted characters. Wild does not seem to be getting a boost, which is unfortunate, but they will be boosting Percival. Kind of wish Wild was added as well. But either way, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on the update and everything if you made it all the way to the end. I'm excited for Percival because obviously the Fortnite stuff should be hopefully pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see how that stuff kind of unfolds going forward. But either way, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in the morning / tomorrow for some live summons.